Let's dive into this brand spanking new 17-game schedule here. As a former player yourself, how do you feel about the extra game?
I know most guys don't like it, Emerson. I think I look at it differently, right? If you went around the locker room and talked to a bunch of guys like me who made the minimum 5 out of my 7 years in the league, and you said, hey, guys, let's pretend it's Christmas, okay? You guys want to play one more game at the end of the year for $100,000? They'd all be like, yes, yes. Everybody would say yes to that. And so that's why they did it. Now, I know that there are some superstars that already make millions of dollars, 10, 20, 30, 40 million dollars a year that don't like it. Guess what? I don't care, dude. Cry me a river. You're rich. I'm not. I'll play another game for another $100,000, whatever it is. Heck yes. A lot of these guys only have 3-year careers. A lot of these guys, every check is valuable. And look, one more game is not that big a deal in the big scheme of things. You've already put that much time in to get to that point. You might as well tack on one more and make some more money for your family.
Hey, how soon until we see an 18th game? What do you think? Those guys, their heads are going to explode.
Well, so they just did a 10-year deal with the CBA.
Okay.
So that's not happening for at least 10 years unless the NFL came to the NFLPA with some type of crazy revenue share increase where they would get even a larger percentage of the money. They got a decent upgrade. They got about a full percent on $16 billion to go ahead and play one more game. That's $1.6 billion a year that they got to go ahead and do that. I think that's pretty nice.
All right, so what were some of the games that immediately stood out to you when you first saw this new schedule?
Yeah, I mean, I think like everybody, right? Brady back in Foxborough. Are you kidding me? Even Tom Brady's dad is fired up for it, calling radio stations, pumped up about it. The funny thing about it is, I mean, it'll be a special night on multiple levels, but it doesn't matter if the Patriots win. Brady just won the Super Bowl without them. Like, that's kind of a big deal. So obviously, though, Brady back in Foxborough, my former teammate, that's a huge one. I think everyone has a lot of intrigue related to Aaron Rodgers and like that game against the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Is Aaron Rodgers playing for the Packers? I actually spoke to Michael North from the NFL yesterday, Emerson, on the Ross Tucker podcast. And if you look, most of the Packers primetime games are the first few weeks. Let's say Aaron Rodgers isn't there. It's, is Jordan Love good? Is he not good? Let's see it. Or they're late in the year where they can flex out of it. There's only one primetime game in the middle of the year. It's either early where there will still be a lot of intrigue, like what are the Packers like without Rodgers? Can Jordan Love play? Or late in the year where if he stinks, they can flex out of it.
You're assuming that Jordan Love can beat out Blake Bortles, though, for the starting job. Like, come on, wake up, bud.
Hey, I like Blake Bortles.
Me too.
There is a 0.0% chance that if Rodgers isn't there, that they don't start Jordan Love. Can you imagine how bad that would be? I almost hope, I know you were joking, but I almost hope that happens. That would be amazing. And frankly, let me say one more thing.
Yeah. On
multiple levels, and I never say this about guys, I kind of hope Jordan Love is a bust. I kind of hope he stinks.
Whoa,
Number one,
why?
Well, I'll tell you why. So that the Packers management can know definitively how stupid they were for that draft choice. Even if he is good, it was a dumb draft choice because you're going to lose a lot of the value on the rookie contract because I don't think he's going to play this year. But also the Packers fans. The Packers fans are all on Team Green Bay and not on Team Aaron Rodgers. 30 years, Emerson. 30 years they've had a top 5 quarterback. I kind of think maybe the Packers fans need a little dose of reality and what it's like to not have a top 5 quarterback.
Dude, I am digging this. We are like 6 minutes past 11 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, and your takes are scorching hot right now. Who, if anyone, has an advantage based on what their schedule looks like?
Well, I'll say this. I don't know anybody has a big advantage. I'll tell you who has a big disadvantage. How about that one? And this is something that is actionable, okay? So everybody watching, listening, you know what actionable is? It means you go to the DK Sportsbook and you place a bet, a wager, if you will, especially on free to bet day. The Atlanta Falcons, bro. Emerson, the Atlanta Falcons have 7 home games and 10 away games. Never happened before. So let's look at the logic, right? Typically it's 8-8. Well, we have a 17th game, all going to be AFC home games. So everybody in the NFC has 8 home, 9 away, except the Falcons gave up one of their home games to play in London, to host a game in London. So 7 in Atlanta, 10 away from home, including the 1 London game. And oh, by the way, the Falcons opener against the Eagles is at home. So in the last 17 weeks, do the math, the last 17 weeks of the season, the Falcons have 6 home games. That will never happen again. So look at their win total and maybe do what Rossi's telling you to do.
Okay. Hey, Atlanta, welcome to the shoes of Jacksonville. They give away a home game every year to London. Lines are out, dude. Available on the DK Sportsbook for week 1 games. Obviously, teams still have a lot of question marks, so this isn't an exact science here. But one interesting matchup has your former team, your former favorite team, by the way, the Bills, hosting the Steelers as a 6.5-point favorite. How surprised are you that Buffalo is so heavily favored?
I love that they're my favorite team. This is
we've talked about this.
What my wife says to me, Emerson, wow, you actually listen sometimes when I talk.
Yeah.
I love the Bills. This is too many points. 6.5 points? What are we talking about? I mean, the Steelers were the best team in football the first 11 weeks last year. 6.5 points. Ben gets a whole year to actually throw and get ready for the season with that elbow that last year was like a 300-pound lumberjack with that big beard, COVID. His elbow's like this, just sitting there. Make sure you wear a mask. Dude, he's got a totally different ball game this year. He knows it's his last year. I think the Steelers have a great chance to win that game. Give me those 6.5 points. Sorry, Bills Mafia.
All right, a team you follow closely, the Philadelphia Eagles. They start their campaign in Atlanta as 3.5-point underdogs. Do you think that's a good first test for the new look Eagles? They have Joe Flacco now. He's elite.
As far as the underdog Eagles, look, 3.5 points is too many for me too there. That's a toss-up game. The Falcons have new coaching staff. So do the Eagles. I don't think people realize how poorly Carson Wentz played last year. Eagles are pretty good up front, both sides of the ball, certainly better than Atlanta. And if Hurts is just competent, if Hurts is the 25th best quarterback in the NFL, Eagles are a 500 or better team. He just can't be the worst like Wentz was last year. Look, you know me, Emerson, from last season. I like the points. Give me the Eagles and the points again.
All right, now we don't even know who's going to be under center here, but an intriguing week 1 matchup. We talked about it earlier. You got the Patriots hosting the Dolphins. The 1.5-point favorite. It open is a 2.5-point spread here, Ross. Does this make a lot of sense to you?
So I think Cam will start. I'd be surprised if it's not Cam. I don't think they're going to put Mac Jones in week 1. I think it'll be Cam. I am not sold on Tua Tagovailoa. I'll take the Patriots. Playing at home, it's the opener. I'll take the Patriots. I'll believe Tua is the real deal when I see it. Man, we could have 10 years where Dolphins fans are just pulling their hair out that they could have had Herbert, but instead they got Tua. Although that's what a lot of people did from 1983 to 2000, right? When Marino was slicing and dicing. So maybe the Dolphins fans deserve to see what the other side's like. But give me the Patriots playing at home.